I mean, I see it. I just see it sitting in my lap. Yeah, sound good. Check. Yeah, we have some. Yeah, we're kind. Shalom, shalom. We are the brothers of the Great Millstone from the branch here in Chicago, and our honored guest, St. Louis Giant. Brothers from got a brother. There you go, brother. And first and foremost, I guess we are legendary. But first and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors into our apostles and our elders. Salutations to all our fellow laborers that's doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. Now more so than ever. To the scattered and to the Akwaf that are listening and learning. To you we say shalom. And name this lesson is Esau is losing control of the narrative. And you can speculate a lot of things is going on, but they try. This is what I believe, and this is pretty much becoming a consensus around GMS. I believe that this coronavirus, was retaliation for all the tariff wars and even for the fentanyl. All the Edomite deaths from the fentanyl. So now I guess E trying to get some payback, to bring down Moab's number. Hey, Moab can spare a couple million people, man. E, you can't do that. You already the minority here in America playing with numbers, pretending like you're not. But you've lost almost 500 adults a day for the last who knows how many years now from the opioid addiction. I mean, situation. So yeah, and then you generally push and teach not to have children. So your women don't want to have children, and now your men don't want to have children because of Me Too and child support shit. The Edomite men are saying no to marriage, man. But that whole the MGTOW movement, the MGTOW movement, men going their own way. Don't nobody want to get married, man, because guys don't want to get caught up. But nevertheless, to get back on track, the video came out.
It's on World Star too. It's not even like
that's the killer thing.
Like it's not like it's just WGN9 or CLTV. This isn't an Edomite channel. This is going where people go to watch folly.
And so two-thirds of Jake and the whole world is saying it, man, because Esau watches World Star too. Matter of fact, I think he watches it.
Oh, you see the comments, he's watching. Oh, look at these monkeys acting how they're supposed to act. When Jake be going at it
until it be them.
Right.
But nevertheless, go ahead and put that up. You can get that scripture on deck.
Okay. So it's not.
Yeah, you have to do it the one word. Yeah.
But I heard this from many different sources before I saw this video, so I wasn't shocked. And I automatically assumed this was just like when they said it was in Washington State. I said as soon as I heard it was in Washington State, I said it'll be across America within 2 or 3 days. And the next day they said it was in Chicago, Wisconsin, and Texas. And now it's in New York, and now it's in 22 states, man.
I got a piece of it.
Go ahead, brother.
This is Job 13:4. But ye are foragers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value. Now Esau is a forager of lies, but when you use the term, when you say I'm gonna doctor up this note, what are you gonna do? You're gonna falsify it, all right? Because that's what that word goes into, and that's what Esau is. In the Gospels, it lets you know that he's the father of it, man. He's the father of lies. So you can't go to him to expect truth. All right, you can't go to him to expect justice, and you can't go to him for anything because he has proven to you that all you are to him is goyim. You're just masses to get slaughtered, man. And that's what this is, man. All right.
Yeah, this is depopulation in full swing. So you can expect everything to just get worse and worse from this point. Go ahead and play the, some of the video.
我今天已经上了1天的班，已经下班了，4点多钟下班，已经在那里崩溃了半天了，真的那种感染，有个电视那里报道的， 可怕不过了，蛮多。他们医生出来的估计大概有10万人。我们今天那里10几个医生，一天都看了100多个，蛮多都已经不行了，我的位置是，然后加上这里的是政府的，不是写到你们那里治吗？但是政府让我们开始治，根本什么物资都没有。他们想办治安都办不了，我觉得后续完全不行。我们在那上一天班，整个人的心里都快崩溃了，都已经受不了了。他们在那求我们的时候，我们都一点办法都没得，就看了一个好生生的人，叫他慢慢的都不行。所以你们在屋里一定要做好防护，千万不要跟大家相信政府，我觉得全部都要靠自己。
Right.
Never did.
Right. Actually, you can go back a little bit more to that. Because, yeah, where it said that, yeah, right there, brother. Let it play from right there.
的人叫他慢慢的都不行，所以你们在屋里一定要做好防护，千万不要跟大家相信政府。
That's the truest statement I've heard anyone say. Right there. Because not just the Chinese government, but the American government, none of these governments, because the scriptures clearly say if somebody could get it, that. Go ahead, brother.
Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
That's right. Never trust that enemy, man. All right, and then the scriptures also say that when the righteous rule, the people will rejoice, and when the wicked rule, the people will mourn, and the whole world is in mourning. That means all these governments are wicked, but this government, in this land where we are, is by far the worst of them all. Because no matter how cruel Moab may be to his own people, his own citizens, it would never come close to what has been done here in America to the Hebrew Israelites. You know, it won't even come close, man.
You know that, brothers?
Kind of, brother.
You done with that video? You still wanted some more?
Isn't that the video when they actually show the footage of people dropping all over the place?
Yeah.
Let it keep playing a little bit, but get that scripture.
This is Proverbs 29:2. When the riches are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
God. So, like we said, the whole world is in mourning, man. Even the animals are in mourning, man. This the whole world.
Yep.
You know, the trees, the water, the air. It's ridiculous.
You know, to say righteous a lot.
You know, when you drop down to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th video, it said deception. The chick plays dead in the middle of, oh damn, that's some bullshit. Never mind. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, it's Isaiah 14:5. The Lord had broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindered. We can't wait till the Lord allow this to happen. We take you damn devils out of rulership.
Mm-hmm.
It says the whole earth is at rest, and that's what's going to happen. The whole earth is going to be at rest when the Most High take you devils out of power. All right. It said the whole earth is at rest and it's quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon saying, since thou art laid down, no fellow has come up against us.
God, every time that scripture is read, man, it makes me think of that scene in the what was that movie with the Lord of the Rings, where them wicked creatures were cutting down the forest. Mm-hmm. You know, and those wicked creatures were representation of Esau, man. You know, they were representation of Esau. and how they were just killing the whole trees to the point where everything rose up against them, man. And that's where you're coming to now, because America owns the patent on this disease. So what they're doing, this is backfired, because all this is done is marked America, made it a big target, even more so than it already was, man. You know, he calling us the prophets of doom. We're prophesying, we're reading to you what's going on in the Bible, man. And now that, and the scenarios in the Bible are playing out real life now.
We're the prophets of the will of the Creator.
God,
you know, and the Creator, he says, the scripture says that in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. So right now, one is over it that's not profitable for peace.
I'm just gonna land back off you. Go ahead, finish your statement.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the one that's in power now, which is the wicked, because Job 9:24 says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and how he rules is totally opposite to righteousness, totally opposite to peace. All right.
Tell you that Revelation 6:4 said without red, you set to take peace away from the earth, man.
God, go ahead and get it. Somebody grab it.
I'm right here. It's Revelation 6:4. There went out another horse that was red. And we all know Esau, he's not white, he's red, man. You know, you read Genesis 25th chapter, it clearly tells you that your race of people are red.
Khan and their chief, their head chief was red as fuck.
Yep.
When he was giving that speech about the prophets of doom, and then he had the nerves to be wearing a white shirt with a red tie.
I know.
And his tie and his face damn near match, man. Right. I was like, man, I love it when E wears white, because it shows you that you are clearly not white. As a matter of fact, can we get an image of that or a sound bite of that? Because I was like, man, and he went red too. He is that red horse, man. Read it again, Papa Shot.
You don't have to take heed to the prophets. You don't have to. They still ain't stopping the Most High for fulfilling what he's gonna say he's gonna do, man.
That's right.
So this is Revelation 6:4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him. It was given to you by the Most High, man. To take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given to him a great sword, which was his blessing, man. It was given to him from his father Isaac.
And you know what? You got to give him a hand. Esau was the greatest devil ever. I don't think no right, huh? You fulfilled your duty to the max, man.
Guess what?
Right?
In the kingdom of heaven, we're gonna do our job well. Putting the hell.
That's right. Hey, but if I may get this scripture, this is Psalms 50:16. It says, "But unto the wicked, God said, What hast thou to do? What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?" All right. Why are you sitting up here putting the Bible in your hands and claiming to be some type of pious people? You have something else?
No. Just proving my point.
Yep.
All right. This just proving my point. All right. That red horse. All right. When it said the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. And so you can clearly see, right, that his skin is not that much different from his tie.
That's right.
But it's way different from his shirt. That he is a true red man that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
Native Americans are brown, were always brown. When they were referred to as red, they were wearing red war paint, not their skin.
Yep.
All right.
And this is who you got ruling. So even when he said something about the prophets of doom, he went on to say, hey, you know, in the trees, we're gonna do all these good things, and we're gonna, because they speak smoothly with their lips, and that's why people give heed to him. They
still look like a cartoon character. I'm sorry, man. He like fucking SpongeBob, man. Look at it. Look, he got a. It's like you the president of the fucking United States of America, man. You can't go to see a proper colorist. You couldn't go get your hair colored. You know his hair is silver and fucking gray. You see this real color on the side.
Yeah.
That dingy ass brunette, you know, gray bald shit. Then he got this fucking bird nest, fucking Woodstock looking shit. This man, this is a pathetic special. This is your commander in fucking chief. Our commander in chief is King David, man. A real man. This dude right here, yeah, man. Like he had been in a tanning bed too much. He like his damn, he ain't got no eyebrows no more.
LA.
These are the top guys, man.
It said a basis. Give me that a basis of man. Look at this pathetic motherfucker, man.
Yep.
Right? Any woman that's ever laid with him should be ashamed of yourself.
Hey.
I would be afraid that my child would look like him, man. That's why he always got bad bitches, because man.
Hey, but those who is pulling the strings with him, because Trump is nothing but an empty suit. You know what I'm saying? That's being ruled by a higher power.
He got a hand up his butt. He a puppet.
That's it. Yeah. Which you look at a picture of Jacob Rothschild, he looked worse than him.
Yeah,
you know?
Mr. Burns.
You know what I'm saying? So these, hey, somebody got that scripture?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got it. I got the James 4:17 says, "This matters by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the extent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men."
Right, and that's a perfect precept to lead up to that first one. You still got it. You still hold yourself out. Yeah, because the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of man, man. Right? He gives you your direction and your instruction, man. So you ain't doing shit except playing your role, man. We here to let your red ass know.
Yes, it says so I was gonna say it says, and he setteth up over it the basis of men. All right, it's the Most High. That's whose will this thing is, man.
Gonna put a fucking weak ass Woodstock looking motherfucker in charge, man.
Hey, guess what?
Pathetic ass.
You said don't
Daddy
listen
short stroke.
You said don't listen to a prophet of doom. Well, that's in scripture too. It says you won't be a deaf adder, stop the ear when I hearken to the voice of the traumas. So that's fulfillment of prophecy anyway, man.
Yep.
But it ain't stopping the Most High to bring your red ass down. It's written, man. Everything is written is gonna come to pass. Sure. It don't even matter if you don't want to listen or not.
Right?
Yep. Hey, Red got knocked out by Debo.
So you want some of this, old man?
No. Yes, a little more. It said to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men and give it to whomsoever he will.
So Esau think just because he run and control the media, the Lord gave you that media, and all it's doing is condemning and exposing you, man. People are onto you now. Right? The Lord set it up, man. And he said it, and so you've had your time, and now your fall is coming because he set that up too. Dummy.
Okay. A little bit last one. And set it up over it the basis of men.
As you see, that red piece of shit that's getting on the screen, giving a speech is talking about, and with my infinite wisdom and my great leadership. Shut your nerdy ass up, man.
Can I bring something out real quick?
Absolutely.
Isaiah 10 and 15. It says, shall the axe boast itself against him that heweth therewith? Or shall the saw magnify itself against him that shaketh it?
Talking about, look at all the wood I chopped.
Right. It says, as if the rod should shake itself against them that lift it up, or as if the staff should lift up itself, as if it were no wood.
Exactly. You know, you ever skip the rock across the waves?
Right. Yeah.
And you know, yeah. You know, and you know, the rock didn't skip itself, man.
Right. Somebody threw that thing. So, yep. So here it is. The Most High is ruling over those that's ruling over the world right now, which is this. Just look at this guy, man. This is who's ruling, man. Mr. Bird. Mr. Bird. Right.
Yeah, he does. He a bald Chinian, man. And then you know what? On that picture, he kind of looked like that.
I got three. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 6, and I read verse 7. It says, and now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. So like that Job says, man, Esau's on a time clock, on a sand clock that's about to expire. This is why these things are coming in their perfection, man. Hey, man, the scripture that says that we came not only in deed, but in power and Holy Spirit. Esau's trembling at these videos, not at nothing else that's going on, not at the NBA finals. He ain't crying for Kobe. He ain't doing none of this, man. He's preparing to unleash hell, and all we're doing, like the seers of old, are warning our people whom we have the most compassion for. All right, because when we read these scriptures, you do get in that Paul-like spirit. What did Paul say? He said, it be my sincere hope that the whole nation might be saved. But guess what? The Lord's plan is perfect, because some of you are too broken to be fixed. You guys are, man, you guys don't even deserve it, man. All right, you guys walk around here like homeborn slaves when we're the greatest people on the planet.
That's right.
Walking around, man, I'll be looking at Jake. Jake don't even want to be saved from themselves, man. And that's what he taught us to do, man. These different pandemics, what is he doing, man? This vaping, all that was against you Israelites. And the okie doke is that his children are falling for that shit. Because they're next to Jake. They want to imitate Jake. Imitate that. Go ahead, vape yourself to the grave, man.
Yeah, because they the main ones that's dying from that shit, that vaping shit. And getting sick from it. It's always an Edomite.
Yeah, the scripture says, man, and Lord said, oh, I'm gonna keep on punishing you. You're gonna revolt more and more, man. The whole head is sick. So what's gonna have to happen is that thermonuclear fire, man, that weeping and gnashing of teeth that's gonna get them straight. That's the only thing left for them is death.
Even the slaves leading to that. These niggas right now are so fucking oblivious, man. Like when they set up these quarantines, set up these checkpoints, and this food starts getting scarce. Hey, you niggas are really gonna be probably gonna be looking for your power here and looking for the truth, man. So it's really too late. I mean, not to say the doors of mercy ain't closed, but we at the end, man. We this is it.
Because if a nigga can't get it, we're moving on.
That's a fulfillment of they should be willing to take that power.
Yep.
It's too late for a lot of y'all.
This is scripture. This is Daniel 8:25.
Can you drop the?
He started 24.
Okay.
E is losing.
I'll start 24. Daniel 8:24. And his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Esau was set up. Hey, the Lord gave him great power, man. All right. The Lord gave this man great power. He gave him that sword, man. And look what's happening, man. This whole world is basically in subjection, but now we're at the time where you see the uprising, man. All right, that's because his time is about to end.
Okay. And he shall destroy wonderfully.
Yeah, he's gonna destroy wonderfully, man. He's gonna use his drones, his bombs, his thermonuclear missiles, the germ warfare, economic warfare, famine. All right, he's got that HARP system. All right, to create these natural disasters. Hey, the Lord is gonna because the Lord says that's his basically his sword, man. All right. And the Lord's going to use him to destroy a lot of you people out here, man. And that's because you're wicked, man. And you need to be put to death.
Okay. And shall prosper and practice and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people. Mm-hmm. And through his policy also, he shall cause craft to prosper in his hands. That was that Burns face, motherfucker, that was up there between Donald Trump and the Rothschild dude. Okay. That was him. Okay. And he calls. How can he not prosper? How can he not prosper when he's setting the prices of everything?
Yep.
Okay.
Setting up the laws
on it and everything else. So we couldn't own guns. We couldn't do this. We couldn't do that. Everybody got ahead. This Edomite country that Donald Trump said he's gonna make great again. When he said, I'm like, make it great for who?
Right. So we can't own shit even. We already don't have nothing collectively as it is. So now we gonna have less
exactly
than what we already have.
Right.
You know?
Okay. And he shall magnify himself in his heart. And oh man, DJ Trump do that.
Well, all the E. They really pompous, man.
That's it.
They're very, very big. The average Edomite, even a low level Edomite, has a get please.
Get that off of there.
Ball chinny, get it off.
Ball chinny. Okay. He shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many.
What did he just say?
So what does he do? He declares peace. I come in the name of democracy.
So how many lives have been killed at the cost of democracy to implement these different
Millions.
governments to have democracy worldwide? And there isn't democracy here.
That's it.
And a lot of governments are pointing it out.
Right.
Like Duarte.
Yeah, Philippines.
You know, he was very, very vocal about it. And then, of course, you know, the famous speech that Chavez gave before he died. What he say?
Aquí huele a azufre. It's basically, I believe it was Baby Bush that had just been in the United Nations, and he said it smells of sulfur here because Satan was just here, and he was referring to Baby Bush, man.
Right. Yeah.
And you know what's funny is how the Edomites got all offended. Well, I never. They all got up and marched out.
Who is this Mexican?
Because he told the truth, man. He literally said that all the bad things that are happening in the world has happened, you know, as a result or at the hand of people with blonde hair and blue eyes. And that's probably about 90+% true, man.
Right.
All right. I would say like 95%. You can split the rest between all the other nations, man.
I got something to
finish this out. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes.
Can we go a little bit before that slide?
Okay. And he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many.
And then Deliac read that I think that was in that Psalms. He speaks those smooth words. Okay.
Brother James.
Oh shit.
He just said that though in the speech. That he basically declared that peace and safety, man. The economy's doing great.
So we know that the end is near.
Right. Okay. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes. Now shall coming back, but he shall be broken without hands. That's the thermonuclear.
Yep, he's gonna have no power, man.
That's right.
He's gonna be broke without hands. He's gonna have no power whatsoever. He's not gonna be able to do anything. And guess what? That's the Lord's narrative. See, you're not controlling anything, man.
Right.
Bring out what you got, Yaquapa.
This is Psalm 55, verse 21. And it reads, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter. The war was in his heart.
And everything. I mean, even when he came over here, that's what Christopher Columbus did, or Cristobal Colon.
Yep.
You know, they sat down. They was like, man, these people are feeding us, taking care of us. But all the whole time they looking at the gold in their ears and on their necks, and you know all the trinkets. Yeah. They're like, yeah, but we want to know what where's that?
Yeah, they gold.
Yeah,
exactly.
Where's that at?
Point that out too.
And then sent the message back like, man, these people are so nice, man. We can get about 50, you know.
Yeah, he said about 50 soldiers with armor, man. We could take them.
Yep.
They couldn't even stop us.
Yep.
All right, and they welcomed them, you know, and fed them and took care of them. What they do, they would just
the
turn around and murder them.
Yep, the Israelites welcomed them, man, and that's what they did. Could you read that again, Pushai?
Isaiah 55 and 21. It reads, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter. The war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil. Yet were they drawn swords.
You see, yet were they drawn swords, because our people at the time didn't know that they was the wicked. That's why it says in that Thessalonians, the mystery of iniquity. You know, it was a mystery. That's why it's going to be known to all that, yo, this so-called white man, self-proclaimed white man, is indeed the wicked that the Most High say he made. Matter of fact, if I can hit this scripture real quick in this Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 33, and it says 15. It says, so look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are two and two, one against another. All right, if I can jump up to verse 14, it says, good is set against evil, and life against death. So the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. You got something? Yes, sir.
Ecclesiastes 1:15. That which is crooked cannot be made straight.
It's right. So he made, the Most High is about balance. He made a nation to be the righteous, all right? And he made a nation to be the wicked. And that's Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man who is in power right now. And now that he's in power, what the Taino, our brothers, should have never done was trust them. And it was hidden before, but I'm going to read a little bit further down in this Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. It's Jacob versus Esau. That's it. That's it. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humbled himself, that's how they came over here. All right, they came over and they humbled themselves. They spoke the smooth words that the brother Yaquabai got in that Psalms. All right, but yet was it drawn swords?
The same thing to the Maccabees.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
When
exactly.
They showed up in the Maccabees.
Yep.
You know, he said, never mind all these armed men with heavily armed men with swords
Right,
and spears.
Right.
Right.
They're strictly for decoration.
Right.
Exactly.
Yep.
And he gave the wonderful speech and had all the people come out. And then as soon as the people were off guard, he gave the order. And all of a sudden, this man just started attacking.
That's it. See, but that's what he did. It says, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped the looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust had not been altogether wiped away, man.
And you know what? When y'all, every time I hear that scripture, I can't help but think of the scene in Planet of the Apes when he had them read from the Holy Scrolls. Because this is just when it comes to mind, I was like, this is probably what they were trying to really emulate without really saying it. You know, when he told them, beware the beast, man.
Right.
He said, he called, they fake. And he said, get such and such scripture, such and such.
Right.
And then right. And he said, beware the beast, man, for he's a destroyer of, he will destroy his world and yours or some shit like that. Put him not near you because he'll destroy your world and his.
Right.
Well, right. And that's it. This is, and that when every time I hear that scripture, that comes to mind.
Yep. Verse 12. It says, set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place.
And is he not running around the world calling himself an ish?
Yep.
Creating laws, anti this and anti that. Every time you point out the facts that he's not an ish, you know,
he's everybody but Edom. He's every nationality, every hero, every superhero, every Power Ranger.
Right, and then they get mad when you man, the comments on
the original
on those videos when we proved that the comments on the videos about the European history and who Japhet is.
Right.
They who the Vikings are. The comments just be like, you have got to be kidding. They're so juvenile too with their comments, man.
And funny thing is, they get mad and tell them they ain't the real people. They know they ain't the real people.
Yeah.
Some of them inherited lies, but
That's why I'm talking about the elites.
Oh, the elites, no,
Of course.
They're the only ones that matter about knowing because they're in the control of the shit.
Right. Well, yeah, of course. See, when you're ruling, like it says, with deceit, and then now you're being exposed for your deceit and your lies and who you really are, then of course you're gonna come down on those who's coming against you being in power. All right,
that's just what it is. The truth, the truth is taking them out of power. The word is being manifested to where it's. Matter of fact, go ahead and give me that scripture, and then give me one in Corinthians when it talks about I think it's the 10th, come against every 10 and 34, I believe, 2 Corinthians. Coming against every imagination. Is that in Corinthians?
Yeah, 2 Corinthians.
Yeah. But yeah, give me that and then that.
Job 33, verse 15. In a dream, in a vision of night, when deep sleep fall upon men and slumbers upon the bed, then he opened the ears of men and seal up their instruction.
That's right. So when you fall asleep, man, then you get up, you have this bright idea, or you go buy something you never bought before. Or you go do something that you've never done before, all right? Or you go do the same shit you did every day, just like you. Same thing today, brain. You're right. You know, pinky in the brain trying to take over the world again. The Lord sealeth your instructions, you know? And so, and your instruction was to be the damn devil, man. To take peace away from the earth. All right? To be the liar and the deceiver, and eventually be exposed and brought down, man. The Lord is doing that. All right, don't be mad at us, man. We're just a messenger. Although I know the message that we're bringing has sent that vibration into the world because the whole world is against you, man.
This is Psalm 73 and 8. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak lawfully. So what they like to say, this was manifest destiny. This was the Lord's plan for it to work out this way. But about part 2 then, motherfucker.
Right.
You want to deal with part 2.
Yeah,
You forgot about the latter end.
Hey, because what did Christopher Columbus say?
Never put down his
He
sword.
never put down his sword. He said, if I be known for anything, let me be known for that. Having never put my sword down.
And he ran around Alexander, man.
That's right.
And you can't say this wasn't you. That's why the scripture said there's no inquisition in the grave, man. There's no recompense. You get a Lord, you get a Lord back. It's one big blood that you all gonna be paying forever, man.
They hate they don't want to take accountability. They got that same spirit that Cain had, man. That's how you know Esau is Cain. Yep. And after all the wicked shit that he did, he didn't want to
my brother's keeper.
He didn't want to take that accountability. His actions were just shitty, man. You know.
Psalms 94:5. They break in pieces thy people, O Yahweh, afflict thy heritage.
There it is.
They slay the widow and the stranger and murder the fatherless. Yet they say Yahweh should not see, neither shall the God of Jacob regard it.
Did you hit the share screen?
Oh yeah, they said the Lord. Hey, that's like that Psalms 10. They said the Lord ain't gonna cry this.
Yep.
Hey, even on the dollar, that's how bold, that's how prideful these assholes are. They say in God we trust. Our enterprise is complete. God, it says a nod, which is God approves.
Yeah, you can lay that on the screen.
Yeah, he disapproves. Only the God of the air.
Because see, there's your democracy right there. When they bring democracy, this is what they bring. All right, this is what they bring. And playing Cowboys and Indians basically, it's funny when you were a little kid, but most people wanted to be the cowboy.
Yeah.
All right. Because the Indians were always deemed as being bad. Truth of the matter is, I always liked the Indians, even when I was a kid.
God knows.
So I guess that's the spirit, man. I always wanted the Indians to win, man, and enjoyed the movies when they did, man. Because I saw the Cowboys as murdering oppressors, man, and that's exactly what they are. He got a man tied up, and he's still in his land, man.
Even Esau, he stole that term cowboy, man. That really goes back to the Southern Kingdom, all right, with Judah, Benjamin, and Levi.
The real cowboys were Negroes, man, and Buffalo soldiers. What's the customs and the way of life that came from the guys being those Buffalo soldiers, man. That cowboy culture. That's what I was trying to. Culture came from that, man.
That was originally a derogatory term, like saying "get those cows, boy." That's why they call them cowboys, man.
Exactly.
This Psalm 62 and 3. How long will ye imagine mischief against a man? Ye shall be slain, all of you. As a battering wall shall ye be, and as a tottering fence. They only consult to cast him down from his essence. They delight in lies. They bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly. Man, that's what they do, man. They wicked, man. And the Lord is going to kill you for all your mischief you've been doing against us. The Lord is going to slaughter all of y'all. And only y'all wicked, man. All y'all do is lie. Y'all don't never want to tell the truth. Y'all be acting like you blessing somebody with your mouth, but y'all be cursing us, man.
Like that lady, when she asked him to say the Los Angeles nigger.
The Los Angeles nigger.
Because it's in her heart. See, the thing is, the mouth speaks out of the abundance in the mind. When she's not
around,
do
we have a clip of that still?
I think I still have.
Just to show you how they talk about us behind the
scenes. You can put that because that was her speaking her mind, what she really felt at that moment.
Yeah.
So that means behind closed doors and in private, she uses that term. That means she's used that term a lot for it to come out. They call that a Freudian slip.
Yeah.
A what?
That's what the Esau. They like to label shit. They call that a Freudian. It's like Sigmund Freud was some smart motherfucker. He was just another one of the Edomites with a lie IQ. All right.
This one even has a picture. I'm gonna post it.
Yeah, man, they wicked, man. The Lord going to destroy all of you, man. All of you are going to get slaughtered, man.
Hey,
it's in the group. Yeah, that first one.
Yeah, the first.
It's 28 seconds. No, go down. Yeah, that other one's not gonna let it play, bro.
Let's go to the group.
Oh, group.
Right. They dropping.
Yeah.
Come on, bro, you know that.
Yeah, just like the scripture said, never trust thy enemy, man. You like she smiled, anything, look so innocent.
I put LA niggers and it came out right away.
Yeah, she wanted to. She was cursing him, man.
Yeah, it seems like he was just the kind of athlete, the kind of star that was perfectly cast on the Los Angeles Lakers. Maybe you guys gonna stay with us. We're gonna go to Bill Ruby's ESPN.
So if if this is your first hearing of this or seeing this is just play it again, man. Mix it up, DJ. That
And how much he brought to the team. It seems like he was just the kind of athlete, the kind of star that was perfectly cast on the Los Angeles Lakers.
Bro, this is every time she couldn't help herself.
On the Los Angeles Lakers.
so and so she tried to keep speaking as if she had not just fucked up, but she knew she fucked up. But the point being is that this is when she's speaking among other Edomites and among themselves, this is what they were referring to them as.
She was making a fiction.
It came through her
And because I had read something that she had said, well, I was actually trying to, I messed up and put Knicks and Lakers together. But so she was saying knackers. You know what I'm saying? But right there, I'm listening. That was some G's up in there as opposed to K's.
You want to know what though? Lionel Richie's daughter was real up on the top of the thing with that country life and all the other shit with Hilton.
Yeah.
They didn't know that she was Lionel Richie's daughter, and she used to hear them talk.
No, I heard that was the younger one.
The younger one.
Nicole Richie.
The one Nicole Richie was the other.
The other one.
Because everybody knew Nicole Richie.
Right.
They didn't know the other daughter, and the other daughter looked like a straight up Edomite.
Like in South Park.
His younger daughter. Yeah.
Now,
and she would hear them.
Yeah.
She wherever she would go, she would hear them Edomites talking about nigga this, nigga that, and she's like, well, my daddy's a nigga. Fuck y'all talking about.
They didn't know that at the time, but they spoke freely around.
Exactly.
That's what they do. Bless. Hey, how you doing? But then they calling you a nigga behind your back. That fucking nigga.
That's right.
That's what they do. Yeah. He saw Clone act. He act like he cool with you. Yeah, he act like cool with you, your friend.
They'll give you a bill. They'll give you some money.
Yeah, man. She at the job. They be all, hey, Tyrone. They call you nigga. Or soon you walk off amongst they husbands or wife.
Yeah, well, they gotta do some things to get you. You know what I'm saying? So hey, you on their side. You listen to them. You give them credence. Give them heed to what they're saying.
Tricks of the devil, man.
He's a liar.
Yeah, precept for us. That's how Esau do. It's Sirach 13:8. It says, beware that thou be not deceived and brought down in thy jollity.
Right, exactly.
Right? Yeah. They can get you friendly and open you up. And then what? They deceive you, man.
That's right. And that's why, like, for a job, on the job, for example, they hate it when you quiet and stay to yourself, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they say
they don't know what's on your mind.
You look too serious. Can you smile? Like, man, fuck you.
Yeah, I did that all the time.
Tell them so.
I did that all the time.
Yeah, because they want you to be open so they can use against you. Yeah, use it against you, have you fired or whatever.
That's it.
Cool. This Wisdom of Solomon 5:4. So we fools account his life madness and his end to be without honor. How was he numbered among the children of God, and his lot is among the saints?
Yep, and that's what they're gonna be saying, man. Because right now, you're exactly
them niggers.
Yep.
Them.
Yep.
Right, and that's gonna be them dumbass Joe Sixpacks.
Exactly.
It was Cane's nigga.
Right.
Because the elites already
they know.
Because the elites already know, man.
Yeah, they know.
Right, y'all are Canes, as a descendant of Cain. Right, y'all were Canes.
About that Canes.
No, you have to, bro, because they're the original everybody. If you ask any, that's why what was that the CK guy? That's why he said if you ever go back in time, because there's people so dumb that they don't know when you go into history that it's not what they've told you. When you start actually looking at relics, when you start looking into different histories, why would they have, like, the Italian soccer team, I believe, has one of the Knights things on their jersey, and they hate Jay, but they have the whole emblem as the team logo. You know what I'm saying? Like, they hate to love us because we're their entertainment, man. All right.
Just like the German team, you had a German soccer team that was
the coat of arms,
the Mohenbrau,
yeah,
you know, and they had that and that with the MOHREN, and the symbol for that was a dude with a fro, with big thick lips and an afro profile from the side. Wow. All right, and it's right there on that, and that image is was all over Germany.
It is
statues on their soccer team, on their beers. And it's like, how can you just ignore the fact that you got relics of these Negro men all carved on your castles in Slovenia and in Sweden and
Russian
that's heavy, man. That was a monster right there, man. That one with the Russian relic.
Yep. Because that was their cleaning. That was them coming into power. So they had to get rid of all the evidence that we were these great ass people. Because to them, that's all they want you, docile, drugged up, and eating McDonald's, man.
Renaissance came up. What they do? They whitewashed everything, and all this other kinds of stuff, and took all of the dog faces.
Knocked off the noses.
Knocked off the noses. The whole deal. They did all that.
Sardinia, like the brother said, man. They love to hate us, man. All right, and they hate that we make all this, man. Just think about America in general. If you take away the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you guys won't have no actual representation in the Olympics, man. You guys are gonna have to forfeit all those golden medals, man, all for captivity, man. And this is who our people are worried about that gets in the kingdom first, man. I hate you, man.
Guess what? He saw you supposed to hate you. Something's wrong with you for loving them.
Calm.
But for God's sake, the guy tried to kill us all off to be able to us.
Our people got Stockholm syndrome.
They gonna find the hard way.
And that's something that I had an Ishmaelite tell me that. I had an Ishmaelite tell me that. She was like, "What's wrong with black people?" She said, "I can't understand," because she knows that they're not the Jew. You know, she's Palestinian.
Okay.
So she's got real issues with Amalek. And so she knows that Amalek is not the people of the Lord. And she's like, so she's just baffled why. She said, why is it that black people can't embrace who they really are? Why do they want to be Africans so much and they're not Africans? And this came from an Ishmaelite woman, man. She said, I can't understand it. She said, I've even had conversations and tell them, and they just look at me like I'm crazy.
Yep.
And I was like, try walking the damn my shoes. You know?
I just did a channel on that. Lou going for Ghanaianese citizenship.
But she and then she also went on to say, she said, these people, for them to not be who they are, and pretend to be the Israelites, and they want to be Jews and Jewish and the Israelites. It said, but so that means that it has to be important. So if I tell a black person, a so-called black person, she don't know any better. So if I tell a black person that you're the real royalty, you're the real, Israelites, and they don't want to embrace it, she just couldn't understand it.
What the scripture?
I got the scripture. Isaiah, I'm gonna start 1-3, and we're gonna go down to 6. This is Isaiah 1-3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doeth not know, my people doeth not consider. So not only does Israel not know who they are, they don't even care, man. You could tell 2/3 of the nation of Israel who they are. They're the greatest people. You can tell them about the history, all that stuff, and they don't give a fuck, man.
They don't want to fight you.
No, they get mad about it. All right. So check this out. My sister-in-law, man. her 2/3 son. He is sorry. She probably gonna watch, but she knows. But he sends us some thing about Kobe Bryant. So she responded, Kobe was a 2/3. The Lord took him.
Hey.
And he sends back, Ma, let me mourn.
Yeah. Yeah, they gotta be good.
Jake be looking at them like Kobe's a savior or something.
It's like he was dying trying to go coach his daughter's ball game. Can I mourn? And she's like, well, but this woman corrected him, like he's just a 2/3.
She know,
said like he's a 2/3. The Lord got rid of him. And now he's righteous.
Right now he goes
This came from a woman, man. So Jake, man, and they is correct, man.
Kobe fell.
That's how you know, bro. It's crazy shit, bro.
He said, well, Trayvon Martin, he said, basically said he don't got no good, so he said he don't identify with taking care of. So he hated his own people, man, like Tiberius did.
Who was that? Oh, Kobe said that? Yeah. Fuck Kobe, man.
Kobe cheese. Says, sinful nation. This is talking about the nation of Israel, because our people, hey, they're willingly ignorant. They love to fulfill the lust of the flesh, man.
What they say ignorance is bliss, so they choose not to consider being accountable. Because really the truth in the Bible is about accountability. It lets you know what we said we would do to the Most High. It said what would happen if we didn't listen to the Most High, and it gave us the results of, at the end, there was going to be a salvation.
It's a lot like that comedian, Ricky Harris, that when he mocked the men of the Lord.
And that was early on.
Yeah, and Yahweh killed them. You had a lot of niggas right. Oh, it was just a joke. He's just a comedian. It said in the book. It says straight out the script, don't mock the Lord.
Look, when the All-Star game was in New Orleans, I specifically saw some of the NBA players pass by the brothers, man. So if in his mind he scoffed, that was enough for the Lord to take him out, man.
That's why I said fools despise wisdom.
That's right.
They don't follow the instructions of the Lord, man.
They don't like order, man. Jake don't like order. It comes down to that, man. The women, the men, they don't like order. Jake will mock and talk shit as they lighten up of a Coos Mile 100 and get a piece of bacon in the other hand.
It's like even in the carnal world. It was a couple months ago. It was a BD OG. He get out. He tried to bring order to the BDs on type. What type of street they? Some street. And one of the young BDs killed him because he ain't like order and shit. So I hate you niggas, man.
You worse than the devil himself, man.
Riches are too common for a nigga, man. We got the greatest heritage on this earth. Everybody else is covered in after.
Everybody's trying to claim it, trying to hold on to it.
Jake just like,
but Jake want to hold on to black culture.
You try to get a king tattoo, but act like a peasant, man.
What is it probably? I want to know what do you get? What are you niggas getting out of this shit?
The fact that they can fulfill the lust of the flesh is what it really comes down to. You know
what?
These people are like junkies, man. All right, a junkie knows that he's messed up and that he's sick, but they still keep shooting up because it gives them that quick fix, man. And that's these people, man. They love getting that quick fix. Hey, my flesh feels good for that, that temporary moment. I'm gonna do it, man.
And that's something mind-boggling too, because the water Yahweh Shalom Shah, I've never had that sort of issue, but I can imagine the come down part when they all fucked up. Like that could be worth that short period of time when you feeling whatever you feeling.
It smell like death, man.
I don't. It's like, and then especially when they out there on the street and they trying to pass out and they can't. They doing that.
Yeah, we was killing. They have that clean.
They passing by and they laugh at that shit, man.
But never fall.
Hey, I got this scripture.
I got the one again. But then that's they look like they gonna fall out, and then it's like they didn't even fall out.
Right.
Just fall out, and then they don't fall, sleep it off.
Right. Yeah.
And they can't, man. So why would you want to go and do that again? And go do that again, man. Piss and shit on yourself. Why?
It's mind-boggling. I got it's James 1:14. Whatever you man is tempted when you're drawn away of his own lust and entice. And when lust hath conceived, it bringeth forth sin, and sin, when it's finished, bringeth forth death. Since you niggas like to be in your flesh so much, look forward to the Most High destroying you.
You know, two-thirds of our people are wicked. They desire it. See, this is Proverbs chapter 21, verse 10. The soul of the wicked desireth evil. His neighbor findeth no favor in his eyes. They desire it, man. Going to what the brothers were talking about, the lust. They desire it, man. They want to be captured. They don't want you to save. This is Proverbs 12 and 12. The wicked desireth the net of evil men, but the root of the righteous human fruit. They want to be caught up in that trap. That's why it says, speak to us smooth things, prophesy deceit. They don't want to hear truth, man. They want you to tell them lies. All right, tell us everything is all right when we can see plainly that it's not. All right, that's why you go in them churches. They know that the reverend is taking their money, but they still giving it.
Well, just like those black hunters, they know that polite, all them take their money for no bullshit, but they just love. Jake just love bullshit and lies.
Yep. Service to sin, man. You niggas are addicted, man.
Passes the time.
If my OG had died from fucking lung cancer. Her lungs fucking disintegrate. You know how we held her hand, watch the soul leave her body, right? And I used to smoke squares in the world. Now my older sister was like, you should never smoke. You should never smoke. Then 2 months later, after she died, now you fucking you want to smoke cigars and do this shit. But you get to see the first-hand effects from this shit.
Same thing happened to my stepfather.
And that's the thing, bro.
They told him he would go out in his car and sneak and smoke cigars. You know, he probably could live.
He was nuking, right? Because he was nuking himself in there. He was hotboxing himself. He was smoking it in and taking it in by boxing him in the car, man.
And that's the scary part. Niggas are gonna really be without excuse. The shit that the Lord is really bringing to this place. I don't think people really don't understand the magnitude.
But that's why it has to come to them like that, because it says because they have made the shadow of evil their trust. People think, bro, if you ask regular Jake that's in this little rat race, they'll eat a microwave soup, and then they'll go eat a pint of ice cream, then shoot themselves with insulin. They're gluttons for punishment. There's really no answer for
my granddad said he cheeseburger for breakfast.
He was going to Michoacana.
And it ain't even real cheese. They're using American
cheese. He got prostate. My granddad, my paternal grandfather, used to eat cheeseburgers and cough for breakfast. He fucked around and got prostate cancer.
I know niggas that's eat shrimp and then pop a handful of Benadryl just to eat some shrimp. That's why
allergic
to it, exactly.
Yeah,
because he's allergic to it, but he wanted, so you pop Benadryl.
Yep. My coworker told me this shit. He's allergic to shrimp, but he says, but I'll smash a whole one of them baskets from Buddha. And he's allergic to this shit.
Exactly. You can't get mad at this shit.
Exactly. So, and what it is carnality to the max, man. Because it's about that instant gratification of the senses, man. No matter what the consequences or the punishment is going to be. You know, that's why even the scriptures talk about how they say, hey, don't teach us right things. Teach us smooth things. Prophesy deceits.
You know, the World Star video, the preacher, he had half blood pressure that his dad upon his congregation.
Oh, yeah.
That shit was hilarious.
Hey, he got judged, man.
They started winning in that house.
They was like, yes, Lord. Yes,
You know what? But I bet you he was doing exactly what the brother just said. He was continuing to eat the things that he's not supposed to eat, and then still taking those meds. And he probably was, and then he didn't do anything to correct his
like my stepfather.
His what's that scripture that I'm looking for?
I got a quick.
Go ahead, brother. Let me find the scripture.
This Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 22. For my people is foolish; they have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge.
Wise,
right? Wise to do evil, like that whole thing that blew me. Like, hold on, man, you allergic to what? And that's an abomination. And then you pop what? Like,
you know, the worst part about it, the worst part about it, niggas have all the fucking answers.
Right. But you know what it comes down to?
You ain't got the
That's why you have the elect You have 2/3. Right? But this is place. It's Proverbs 4.
Hey, before you read that, yeah, man. Hey, scripture tell you not to pray for this people. Fuck the 2/3, man. We just worry about ourselves, man.
This Hebrews chapter 4, verse 2. It says, "For unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them." That's the separation, man. All right. It says, "But the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it." See, that's why faith is a gift. That's why we push the elect. See, the Lord wants the elect of Israel, man, the Israel of God.
Man,
those people are not our people right now, man. They are heathens, man. All right.
You know what? That's beautiful that you said that, brother. Can I get Revelation where it says, is there Revelation 7, hurt not the earth?
Yeah.
Get that, and I'm gonna read this real quick. I gotta chime in on what you just said, brother. But he said they're not our people right now, man. This is a Sirach 37 and I'm gonna start at 26. The point is in 27 and 28, but it says, "A wise man shall inherit glory among his people, and his name shall be perpetual." All right. Perpetual means forever, by the way. "My son, prove thy soul in thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not to that unto it." So smoking blunts, smoking squares, popping Benadryl so you can eat shrimp. That's crazy, man. So you can have lobster. That's unprofitable for your soul. All right, it's unprofitable for your health, your vessel. All right. Verse 28. "For all things are not profitable for all men, neither have every soul pleasure in everything."
Right. Certain people that don't partake in alcohol, it tells you on the bottle that this is it's bad for your health. It literally tells you on the alcohol, because if there's no balance to certain things, then look, you lose that balance. You know what I'm saying? You lose the equilibrium, man. All right, and that's why it says, man, not all things are made for all men, man. All right, but those things that are especially unlawful, those aren't meant for you. All right, because the scriptures say, fire, wine for the use of men. But when y'all turn it into wickedness, what do you guys use? You guys make idols. All right, you guys turn it into a way to only fulfill the lust of your flesh.
That smoke demon.
Yeah,
that fucking smoke demon, man. Look, there's nothing in the scripture that allows you to smoke anything. Weed was meant to be used for meats, to be cooked and used as ointments and oils and things of that nature, not to be inhaled, man. That inhaling shit into your lungs is a heathenistic custom that Jake picked up from the heathens, man. All right, and if I'm not mistaken, I think that shit started with Ishmael or Elam.
Right? The visuals to see Elam and Jamaica smoking these rituals and shit.
All right, but give me that revelation, Baba Kushab.
Start at 1.
Yeah, this was right.
This is Revelation 7 and 1. It says, "And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending."
And so you can stop right there, because what's happening with the wind and the trees and the earth now? See, he said, keep reading, brother, keep reading. Think about what I'm saying. Go ahead.
"And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, Hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads."
So look, the elect have been sealed. Because look at what's going on in the earth. The sea is being hurt. The trees are being hurt.
Like
it's
being looped.
It's being done. Look at the fires. Look at the animals. Animals beaching themselves. I was talking to Arala, man. He was talking about how you got saltwater sharks that are swimming into fresh water and dying in the fresh water because they trying to get the salt water so fucked up. They're trying to breathe. Right. If water is how you breathe, I need air to breathe. You stick me in water, my head in the water, I die. You pull a shark's head out of, as a matter of fact, a shark from what Esau says. I don't know how true it is, but it says the shark has to swim its whole life.
Oh yeah.
Or it's not like another fish where it can just stop.
Because it doesn't
Which I don't believe, because nurse sharks would just sit there. But anyway.
Just like you can't breathe in a big house fire, you know, where the smoke is thick as just, you
exactly.
know.
So the water is so polluted and ruined and destroyed. So the earth, so that's already going on. And look at the amount of fires and all the shit that's going on in Australia, man. And how the section of the Amazon that burned down, man. You know, then they say it was like the size of Texas or some shit, some crazy amount of
Amazon.
Yeah, when they were so which E set that shit. Yeah, they did it on purpose.
All this rainforest.
Right. So the earth and the trees are being hurt, man. All right. So hey, look, it ain't much time left, man. So you people who are teeter-tottering on the fence and still dibbling and dabbling in things trying to please your flesh. And not please the Lord, man. Your time is running short, man. Your time is running short.
I got scripture to back you up. This is Acts 17 and 30. And the times of this ignorance, the Most High winked at, but now commanded all men everywhere to repent, because he hath appointed a day in the which he will judge the world in righteousness by that man whom he hath ordained, wherefore he hath given assurance unto all men in that he hath raised him from the dead.
Now, where is that? Is that the New Testament?
This is
it's letting you know to repent. Like Yahushua told the woman, man. All right, go that way and sin not, man. All right. So you have to cease from sinning in order for you to repent.
Hold on, right. I thought the Old Testament.
Well, that's the New Testament. That's why.
That was the New
That's
Testament.
why I asked where it was.
So right. So what did he tell that woman? He was talking to Mary, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Well,
and when she the adulterous woman, Salakia. No, that was Mary Magdalene, right? But yeah, what did she had just got off that carousel, that seed carousel. All right, which majority of you women, that's pleasing your flesh too, because you don't want to get off that seed carousel. You just want to keep riding, jump right off one, and jump right on the next one. Right? You want to go and get rid of a man, and then or let's not working and blah blah blah. Then you gonna go get with another man and have the same shit happen. You should have just stayed with the man you were with. Right? All right. So now you go get a new man and get new problems.
Right.
All right. Like this bugged out of a story I saw about this woman in her van on the road. And I think I did put it in group me, but this woman, she's hunting. Matter of fact, you know what? We're gonna have to play that, and we're gonna have to. Nah, that spirit moved on from that, brother.
Right, okay. To quote Murph, man, the difference between you people and actually living up to these scriptures is accountability, which is what you Jakes don't want to have, man. You guys don't want to be accountable for your mistakes, man. Because hey, man, from the standpoint from over here, man. When you're contrite, you feel guilty for those things that you've done, man. And you people don't even want to acknowledge you guys are doing wrong, man.
That's right. Wickedness is to try to have basically not to admit, man. They're gonna keep justifying. Well,
it was his problem, right? Because the scriptures, man. See, the scriptures let even you women know how to act, but since you guys ain't reading them, we wouldn't expect you to know how to act, man. Because the scriptures give you a platform for all you daughters of Sarah. It's in the New Testament. He said that Sarah. It said that calling Abraham Lord, man. What are you guys reading? How much more of these women? They said that among these women, what he said, he found none. How much more, man? It says a little wickedness is compared to the wickedness of a woman. You know what are you guys reading? What are you guys looking up? All right, all these shalom, all these sisters on the comment board. Shalom, you're like shalom, brother. Shalom. These other camps be tripping.
Exactly. On their comment board, tell them that they've done a great video.
That's what the Lord
God,
did.
and for the record, that woman wasn't Mary. It just said a woman. It wasn't Mary Magdalene. Back in that last statement, that's in John the 8th chapter. But yeah, go to the group me, brother, and pull up
in orders, right?
Yeah, no, just in regular Akim room. Life on the road as a black woman.
Ooh.
All right. Yeah, just let's put it, hit it, let it play. You only need to hear like the first couple minutes.
I've gone to areas and I knew it wasn't where I should be.
Okay, stop.
It's not like
I knew. She's gone to areas. She's gone to areas where they weren't friendly to so-called black people, and she knew she would. Somebody get the clamorous woman. And get the Job 39:17.
Let the 13. A foolish woman is cleverest. She is simple and knoweth nothing.
Right. But just wait. It gets worse. Let it play. Let it go.
when you GPS, it tells you, which side of town's the black side of town. I'm just very friendly. You speak to everybody. How you doing? You get
and see, that's another thing. I can't stand a super friendly woman that speaks to everyone, especially a whole bunch of men. I have an issue with that, man. All right, the woman that speaks to every man she sees. Yeah, that is not a good. Yeah, that's a sign right there, man. All right, that's a sign that that she might be a little promiscuous. All right, but go ahead.
But I'm not going to let someone else's opinion of me based on my skin color affect how I live my life. If I want to go there, I'm going to go. Now, if I don't feel safe, then I'll leave. And that's the beauty of
now. See, then it might be that situation like in that movie. He said, "Now Jews can't leave."
Exactly.
So why would you go? So I'm going to go somewhere just to but just let it keep playing, man. So did somebody got that Job 39:17?
Job 39.
Go ahead, brother.
Job 39:17. Because the Most High Yahweh had deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted to her understanding.
All right, and he hadn't departed to her any understanding, man. And now, and the problem is that Jake is behind that woman. The women are leading the way. Well, I mean, they're leading the way because Esau set it up to be that way. Right. Esau has got us in a position where the majority of Jake men are not in a position where they can actually lead and have rulership and control over their families. The majority of Jake is not in that situation, man, because the woman is the breadwinner. The woman's the one with all the credit and the jobs or whatever, because Jake as a man has been destroyed. So he can't really enforce his authority because why? They're gonna throw this shit back in your face.
So that real quick. So that word for understanding, it goes into the Hebrew word bayana, which is a discernment. So the Lord gave these women no discernment, man. They don't know how to judge. They're simple as all hell.
That's it's the elder just said it's Sirach 42:14. Hey, better is the Sirach 42 starting at 13. It says, "For from garments cometh the moth, and from women wickedness. Better is the churlishness of a man than a courteous woman. A woman, I say, which bringeth shame and reproach." You're like one of them friendly ass women talking to everybody, man. Yeah, your wife needs to stay at home, man. That's your business.
Yeah, and then the average woman that I recall has ever spoken talking to me is typically they try to get some action, man.
Right, because it's a rude man is better off than a courteous woman, man. That word churlish goes into rude. One of the synonyms is rude. So it's better a rude man than a courteous woman, man. All right?
Because that opens up a conversation, and now they feel comfortable to just keep talking to you.
I got a quick precept real quick. This Jeremiah 31:22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For Yahweh have created a new thing in the earth, a woman shall compass it.
And that's the problem, because see, our women are conditioned to be against the order and to be with and be against the natural order that the Lord set up, but follow Eve's way. Eve's done this. Let it play a little bit more. Okay. We're not gonna play the whole video. We're gonna get ready to shut it down. But go ahead. Oh man, just let her keep talking. she trusted in Egypt. American nomads.
My name's Crystal, and I've been living in a vehicle for 3 years and living full-time on the road for a year in my van. I was married, second marriage, and the second marriage was not going well. We were basically living like roommates, and it had been like that for a couple of years. So I wasn't happy. He wasn't happy. We were very, very deep in debt. And I was trying to figure out, how can we get out of debt? How can we pay what we owe, you know? I started downsizing my own stuff to let him, you know, show him, you know, this, we can live with less and live well. And so when I saw he wasn't on board, I just kept going with the mindset that the marriage was done. And watched everything I could on YouTube about tiny houses, and the next thing you know, it recommended van dwelling. What is van dwelling? And so the first 3 videos, I was like, oh my freaking G's. It's almost like a light bulb, and I was like, I can do that.
Oh, her freaking G's. So she, you know,
I just left the husband, left the condo, and hit the road.
So she left the husband, never looked back. Left the condo. Now we won't go more into the video, but she finds a community of women, they call them tribes, and that, and you find it right, and basically y'all just drive around in y'all vans. So it's other women out there. She's got a YouTube channel, and you know, and YouTube helps her pay her bills because people watch her videos. So, but this, right? You see what I'm saying, man? This place has, and all this happened under whose? That's your democracy. That's what democracy gets you, man. All right? Democracy it destroys families, it destroys nations, it destroys people. Nobody will ever forget there were no weapons of mass destruction, man. Right. And all the trillions of dollars that's been spent, and all the millions of people that's died as a result of this all-out lie that was broadcast all over the news, all over the airwaves, and tell me that wasn't fake fucking news. It was fake news. All right, but you sold it as real, and look what happened, man. But you know what? I'm happy about it, because look what it's gotten us up to now. Now your wickedness has reached into the heavens, and then the prophecies are being fulfilled, and we're almost out of here.
If I can finish this, I'm gonna finish this because I never did. In Psalms 50 and 16, it says, "But unto the wicked God said, What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my word behind thee?" See, if you cast the words, the instructions of the Most High God, the Creator Yahweh, behind your back, then guess what? You're living a death style. Because
in a van.
That's it. That's it. No matter how if you cast the words, if you're a ruler and you're not ruling with the law, statutes, and commandments, the instructions that's in the Bible.
And didn't the instructions say something about your desire should be towards your right? But what she do? She left her husband, left the condo, and hit the road. Now you know what? Yahweh Ratazah, man. Her death is gonna come on the road, man. Exactly. And it's probably going to come in one of those places where she's not supposed to be, that she's going to go to anyway. Right? And she gonna end up she gonna end up getting gang raped by a bunch of Edomites, and they're going to leave her ass in the woods somewhere. And some Edomite going to be driving around in her van.
Right, she's going to sell the van for gas money.
Right?
So for one team.
This Ecclesiastes 10 and 6. Folly is set in great dignity and rich sit in low places. It's just straight folly, man. That's just madness, man. Like for people to even be watching a woman just riding in a goddamn van, it shows you that you people don't have no fucking integrity, no life. No nothing, but us telling all this truth, we in the low places. We getting shitted on. It's good, that's fine, because your house gonna rise us up. Because that's what's happening, man. We gonna be rising up to the top, and then you gonna see who the real people of the Lord is, and we gonna fucking kill your ass, Lord, when we get that belt. Because all of this, that's just fucking folly and madness, man.
That bitch is a loser.
Yeah, exactly. If they're going to flip flops, and her man, then she been talking about me. I ain't doing no shit like that.
Right. Then the video will be about the deadbeat husband. Deadbeat husband in the van.
Wait,
that motherfucker was so cool. He wasn't even moving to a van.
Hey, her slogan is feminists taking it on the road once again.
Mark chapter 10, verse 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. So that's what's coming. The Lord is coming. He's going to profit the earth. It's going to be flourishing. Right now, the earth is dying. People are mourning. All right. And if the Lord don't shorten these days, there will be no flesh to save.
Nothing to save, man. And the way things are going, this virus is not going to slow down. It's going to do a lot of damage here in Babylon. So it can speed up the crash of the dollar and the market of beast. So I pray it be so, man. And there were rumors before the year even started that the dollar was going to crash this year. So, and it's looking like it probably will, man. Yeah, brother. Yeah, you really have to be the last one. Bring it out, brother.
Sirach chapter 26. But the verses in the verses in the point is in 12. Salakia. This is Sirach 26 and 8. A drunken woman and a gatherer abroad causeth great anger, and she will not cover her own shame. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself.
Yeah, that old smiling at every guy and winking and waving at every, right, talking to every man that walks by, call them baby and honey and all that kind of shit.
It reads, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty.
That's abusing yourself through overmuch liberty, because overmuch liberty brings overmuch whoredom, man. Next thing you know, you in your van, God only knows how many times she's been banged in her van by different dudes.
Because she gets the desire. That is the type of woman too.
So yeah, I mean, right, because she a woman still, right? You driving around, right?
If the van is rocking, don't come on.
Exactly.
So she going from right. So all we know, she trying to nail somebody in every state and every city she go to.
She a quiver that accept any error.
Matter of fact, that should be the last scripture.
Well, it's in that.
Verse 11. Watch over an imprudent eye and marvel not if she trespass against it.
Right, you're not supposed to marvel. They trespass. You know that this is the weaker vessel, man. All right.
Yeah. Verse 12. Yep. And it reads, she will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he found the fountain, and drink of every water near her.
That's that cock carousel, man. You know how the horses go around in a circle?
It's like up and down.
Right, up and down. They jumping from man to man. All right, and that's what these. Hey, I'm sorry. That's what you get in Babylon, man.
Right, because you can't.
Right, that horrible saying that is painfully true to many of us. She was never mine. It was just my turn. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm talking the top again. It's in the read. Verse 12. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he had found the fountain, and drink of every water near her. By every head she will sit down, and over her quiver against every arrow.
So that means she putting her mouth on every rod that's presented. And she's sitting down on everyone, right? Riding that carousel, man. Right? In her van. Right? I remember that used to be the van man thing. Now it's van woman.
Exactly. It was in the 70s.
The council man.
Man was big in the back and all that other stuff. But like you said, no. Exactly. The thing is, like you said, hey, key can turn a lot of locks, and it's a master key. I mean, a master key. But a lock that can get turned by every key is a weak ass.
It's a horrible lock.
Yeah,
That's right. Hey, so with that, man, we're gonna give all praises, glory, and honor unto
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakanash,
Wa'abah.